some fresh G Fuel, code Jimmy, baby.
True.
He's taken the old school communities by storm, and we fully welcome it. Thank you for joining us, Jimmy. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm pretty good. I have running water now.
All right. That's awesome.
No power outages. I think I can't complain anymore. Hey, thanks for having me. This is cool. It's really cool to see you guys back in action.
Yeah, we're really excited to have you. This is like, so the people, we've had 10 episodes before this one. The first 10 people that we had were all people that we've worked with in the past. And this is the first person that's like kind of big right now in RuneScape. So we're kind of bridging the gap. Everybody else has been kind of old school, like did videos like 10 years ago. Not really so big now, except for maybe Will. But you're the first guy that's like on the scene right now. Everybody knows who you are, and we're really excited to have you on. So thanks again for coming.
Man, thank you. I think I had referred back to your machinima competition, like the Golden Gnome video, so many times for various reasons over the last few years, because I watched that whole competition go down, like watched all the entries as a kid, and
every single one.
All of them, every single one.
Did you also think it was horseshit that he stole the show because he had the most subs?
He was one of the guys raging on my channel. You a-hole, you're a professional. Get off of here. You're not supposed to be competing.
Give us smaller guys a chance.
Yeah, that was such a cool era of video makers. I am like fascinated with the evolution of the RuneScape videos, and a lot of that stuff inspired my original video making, like when I was a kid, just because I wanted to use RuneScape as like a medium to make skits and comedy. So I think that definitely, that whole era, all those creators in like 2010, 2011 definitely played a huge role in me being here where I am. So you know what? Thank you guys for doing what you did back then.
Oh.
And maybe, just maybe, you guys won't be washed up anymore. You'll come back.
Maybe.
That's right. That's right.
Emphasis on maybe.
CDC.
We
made an impact. We're essential workers. Where's my vaccine, government?
Yeah. Roll them in.
Roll them in. We need them.
Roll them.
At our age, we need those vaccines.
That's really cool to hear that like you were active in the community back in the day. Like who did you watch like back then? Because I remember when I was like doing RuneScape shit, I always was watching Excl and Noob Show. Like those were the big two that influence everything I do now.
Right. Well, I mean, I had been basically, I think I had started playing RuneScape in October 2006, and basically as soon as maybe the first year, like 2007, because that's when people started posting to YouTube a little more from RuneScape, and then even more so in 2008, I guess. So yeah. I think initially, I mean, I was watching Skychi's little drawing videos he used to do.
Oh, I fucking love Skychi,
I would love to get Skychi on at some point, but I don't know.
I don't even know if anyone has heard of from him or know anyone who knows him. I don't know.
I did so much Googling, dude. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I think my number one favorite guy was Max Boyson. He was definitely like a huge guy to watch at the time.
Oh, you were in there from the beginning. You got the
with Max Boyson, Dude Fish 15, Vodka 5, that whole crew, dude. I remember all those fucking guys. Never met any of them, but I was the fan. I was on the fan side of things back then.
That's awesome. I have met a few of those guys, but we'll leave that out of this podcast. But
what? I was gonna say, Jason, can we talk about that? I think we should. Now you have to talk about it. No.
Yeah, you're talking to a guy who was in with those fuckers, dude.
Yeah, what's going on with that? What's up?
Well, if you ever have me on your bank standing podcast, I can get into that. But we have taboo topics for this one that we won't get into.
That's stupid. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, don't cop out answer. Come on. Come on, man.
What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen to you if you talk about whatever this is?
I feel bullied.
Yeah.
Jason is a family now.
I went
He's got a
so
family.
the
You need
original
to protect him.
the original trip back to England. I met Max Boysen in England and hung out with him for an hour or two. Like just I think we went to Big Ben or something like that. Actually filmed him. He was in one of my like Excel Goes to England videos that I did, and yeah, it didn't end well. He like wanted me to take him out, and I had to like edit that video a few times to pull him out. So he's not in that video anymore. But I'll leave it at that. But who else did I meet? I haven't met Skychi. I haven't met Vodka 5, although I can't remember too much about her. Dark Arm 3, I've messaged, I have him added on Facebook. I've been messaging him. I don't think he does Facebook anymore. I want to get him on the show because we go way back too. But yeah, gosh, yeah. But we want to talk about you. You're the man of the hour, man. You're the guy that's killing it right now. We want to see what you've been up to. So, by the way, if you guys don't know, he also has a BS
Jimmy,
podcast.
you actually got him to talk, man. I never heard him say that story. Not even off stream.
That wasn't. I feel like I got like 5%. I feel like I got 5% of that story. You know, I'm not very satisfied with that story. Yeah, but it's fine. Well, it's fine.
You have to get me drunk on your podcast. Maybe I'll spill a little bit.
Oh, once you're look. Once you're on our podcast, it doesn't matter if you're the most sober person on the planet. You are stuck there and locked in until we get what we want.
5 hours. So 5 hour podcast with Jimmy coming up next month.
Yeah.
So I was just saying, you guys got to check out Jimmy's podcast. He also has a BS podcast. His BS stands for bank standing. And if you want to see what a professional podcast looks like, check this out. This is like the Scrub of the Scrub podcast. He's got professional cameras. He's got like great audio. I mean, my camera looks like I pulled it out of a cereal box. His looks like he got it like straight out of a Hollywood studio. So by all means, check that out.
Best Buy is Best Buy.
Best Buy, okay. Hollywood Best Buy.
You're doing nothing but talking down our podcast, Jason. Come on, say one nice thing about our podcast.
Yeah,
2 nice things.
Kyle is carrying this podcast.
No, okay. Now it has to be about yourself. Yeah. Nice thing about yourself.
We do have amazing guests. We're able to get amazing guests on this podcast.
That's not you. That's me. One good thing about yourself, Excel, please.
Oh God. Yeah, I got nothing. Sorry, guys.
You're a living, walking legend. Okay, you do what you have to do. You do what you want to do. This game bows down to you. You're walking around in a game that you conquered.
Okay, I am able to get amazing guests on this. This is the one thing I'm surprised with. Like every time I ask somebody like on Twitter, I'm like, oh, there's no way they'll say yes to this. This is just some scrub podcast that like we're barely getting go. We're learning the ropes as we go, as we do the podcast. And everybody says yes. That's amazing to me. It's great that we're able to get on just about everybody that we want. I got a list right here of like, I'll show it to the camera. I got a list of like 20 people that we want to get on the show, and most of them have check marks on them. I got like 12 people that want to be on the show. And I feel bad now because we're to the point where we're like, okay, yeah, we'll get you on the show, but it's going to be like 3 months because we got like such a line of people that want to be on the show. So, but okay, again, we're supposed to be interviewing Jimmy here, and I've been doing most of the talking. This is great.
I'm having a great time.
Whose podcast is it? I think Jimmy's recording this on the site. He's going to be uploading this as his podcast.
No.
I got a great interview with Excel. Guys, check out my podcast.
Yeah.
Look at all this information I was able to extort from him about Max Poison.
And for the record, before I know you're trying so hard to transition to me, but one last thing about you, Excel, when we're done here, I'm ripping your stream to shreds because I see about 16 things that I need you to change immediately to become a real fucking streamer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is exactly why I wanted to bring you on because I needed the advice from the professional because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just like
perfect.
Yeah, I'm just making okay. Webcam, let me throw that up there. Yeah, I got a microphone here. We're in Discord, like whatever. Yeah,
I was trying to be real respectful when you're like, I'm showing the paper to my camera, but your camera's like 5 pixels wide.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm done roasting you. Jason, I seriously, like every time we have a guest on here, they always have nothing but nice things to say about you. Like seriously, I think you underestimate the fact that you are like a living, walking god among men in this game, and I think you forget that.
I think I was maybe at one point, but I don't know about now. But that's good. Good that you guys think that.
Oh man! All right. Well, that was our designated time to gas up Jason. Now to discuss our guests that we have on the show. Jimmy, we wanted to when we talked a little bit before. We wanted to talk a little bit about how you got started doing like RuneScape videos. I know you mentioned that you'd been playing a lot. I think you said in 2006. What finally got you to start recording things?
Oh God, dude, I had been recording things on this game for a long time. As soon as I was able to find a way to record on the game, I was on Mac for the longest time. I grew up like with a family that only used Mac, so I didn't have like the Hypercam, the free Hypercam 2 or whatever it was.
Same, dude. Did
Yeah.
you try to use some of the Mac freeware that was out there?
Yeah, I tried. I know like QuickTime had the scuffed like recorder at the time. It's probably fine now, I'm sure, but at the time it was like it recorded in like 140p. Like it was disgusting.
Pretty much like my web camera now.
Right. Yeah, it's like exactly like that, and you couldn't see anything. The audio was like 8-bit. It was terrible. So I didn't have a way to do it until I think it was either for Christmas or my birthday or something. I had gotten ScreenFlow, it was called. It was like $100, and I had to record through ScreenFlow, and I started making like everything. I was recording like every day, making terrible videos, like doing anything. I made a video showing off like 3 skill cape emotes with music in the background or something. Like it was just anything I could do recording, I was doing it. And that kind of went on for a little bit, and then I just kind of died down, and I was always making videos in the background and on the side, but it wasn't until I don't know, maybe 2014. I was a junior in high school, and I was on RuneScape 3. I don't even know if it was considered RuneScape 3 at the time. I don't know. Old School was out for a year, but I wasn't playing it yet. I was still on the main game. And I made a skit called Just Some Fishing. And I
actually watched that one.
Yeah, it was like the first one that ever got any attention ever. And
on your first video? Really?
It was not my first video.
Oh, okay.
No. It was
the first one you looked up on your channel, though.
Yeah, it was close. I don't know if the other ones are unlisted now, but yeah, there was some before that. I actually did like a mini questing series before that one in 2014 on Old School, but it wasn't like in order or anything. It was just me fucking around doing quests, doing like 20-minute long live commentary, no cuts, like just, messing around. But yeah, the Just Some Fishing I posted, just making fun of the mechanics of RuneScape, just general, shoving a whole shark in your mouth. And I posted it to Reddit, and it got upvoted like crazy.
Awesome.
And got me my first, core. I think it was like, I don't know if it was 1,000 subs right off the bat, but it was close. And then Chris Archie had featured the video on his channel the same week, and that's when I got like my first.
Man. Yeah, that's
3,000-4,000 people. Yeah, that was crazy. And then I just kept going after that.
Well, your stuff looks just like really well done. Like I'm curious, have you ever had any like kind of formal training, or is this all self-learned, or?
Nowadays, yes. I just graduated from the University of Kansas with a film and media bachelor's. So awesome. I do have my bearings down for film, I'd hope.
You're actually a pro now. You were legit.
I guess. I guess.
You're not some guy just figuring it out as he goes, like throwing up a cheese camera and just making it up as he goes along. You've got actual paper that says you know what you're doing.
Yeah, but I feel like I have learned more from actually throwing things around and learning from mistakes, though. Like I feel like
I felt that same way. Yeah.
You can go to any film school in the world, but if you're not like constantly outside of class doing shit, messing up, just learning how bad you are, you're not going to get better ever. You can have the best professors, the best actors teaching you everything they ever know. But if you're not practicing all the time outside, I mean, you're not gonna do anything with it. You have to constantly be learning yourself and your style. And I think I've been doing that for years, just kind of doing my best to learn what works and find that like happy medium between what people like to see and what I like to do, because you need both. So I guess I've just been trying my best to always find that balance.
That's great. Yeah, I need to hire you as an advisor afterwards.
Yeah.
No, that's great, man. Congrats on the degree. What are you hoping to take this to a professional level? Like, what do you want to be doing with like videography kind of stuff? Do you want to continue making like content online and just see how far that goes? You want to do some shit in the side?
Yeah. I think, I mean, honestly, if going back a year from today, I had no idea I'd be doing this full time. Even though I was, getting a decent amount of, ad revenue, like bigger than I have ever had at the time, just because, the buy release series was going off and I was like actually in a position like, okay, I could be doing this full time. I still had my mindset on, moving to either New York or LA and, feeling it out. And then of course the pandemic happened and, that industry just kind of shut down.
Meanwhile, the streaming industry has taken off.
Yeah.
Right
So
place, right
this industry, I already have my, toes in the water. I'm in it already. So, I kind of just embraced it, and just the last semester of college, I basically just bullshitted the entire semester of not really paying attention to anything and just focusing on YouTube. And since I was buttered. Yeah. So a funny story, I started doing the green screen videos. I actually met one of the dudes I used to watch. I still watch all the time, and he's a buddy of mine now. His name's General Sam, and he doesn't make RuneScape videos. He does like just variety gaming. Does a lot of like Tarkov stuff. He was big in Skyrim, and he did this format where he'd get in front of a green screen with a Rode microphone, and he would talk about the game that he's playing and just kind of make it really witty, really funny. And I was like, I want to do that. So I basically copied his format to a T and talked about the evolution of construction in RuneScape. And that was the first
that video.
Yeah, it was the first thing I ever did like that. And then, of course, I became friends with General Sam because of it. And he had a video called challenging my identity thief to a showdown in Red Dead 2 or something like that. And we played Red Dead 2 together. And we both did our green screen shit and like battled it out. It was great.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But the format that I was doing with this green screen thing was just mind blowing to people that were in my film classes, like the professors and stuff. Cause they're so old school with everything, thinking about the Hollywood industry and shit
from 1950s.
Yeah.
So for the evolution of construction and the why people still play RuneScape in 2020 video, I used both of those as projects for my last semester of college. For like major projects, like projects that should be going on for whole semesters, and I made them in like 2 weeks. And I was just like, yeah, I've been, really experimenting with this new format, like crazy evolutionary thing. And I'm just like, these guys are really like, I could say anything to these professors about media. Like they have no fucking clue what's going on YouTube or like anything like that. They have no clue. Like they haven't seen, Tim and Eric or, they would never know who General Sam is. They're all like, I'm watching the trades on variety.com. Like they have no idea what's going on. So, it was so fun because, I've learned a lot of little things. That's how I'll put it for the film school side of things. I've learned the little things I've kept with me. I actually, the biggest thing I picked up through film school is my screenwriting class. I got to work with Professor Kevin Wilmot, and he actually, he wrote with Spike Lee for if you've ever seen Black Klansman.
Wow.
Yeah, he won an Oscar the year I had his class.
Oh, all right.
Oh wow.
And so
There you go.
it was amazing. And all of us were in like the film building watching the Oscars on a projector as he was there and it was happening. And we all, were watching it live and it was awesome. But he is actually like one of the best people to have ever listened to or had the opportunity to have, critique stuff you've written, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
So there's tons of things I think about that he taught every single time I'm writing a video, and has shown me so many like books that I read inside and out multiple times about screenwriting and all that stuff. So there's just there's so much little things like that I did learn while I was there. But yeah, college degree, was thinking about LA and all that. But I guess because of how fortunate I got with the YouTube algorithm and, trying something very different that no RuneScape guy had ever done, I got very lucky. And now I'm, doing this full time and feel like I'm one of the luckiest people to have just graduated with a film degree. So it's cool.
I'm sure it comes in handy to know all that stuff, because I feel like I wish I knew a lot of that stuff, because everything I've done is self-taught, and I feel like I'm just winging it, and I really don't feel like I know what I'm doing. But you can tell the quality of your videos is just so far and away better than like a lot of people, and you can tell that you've had some sort of formal training. So it's good that you've got that. I totally forgot what I was going to ask you now. Go ahead.
I'm jumping in then. Well, I was going to say, I have to second everything that you said. You've got your own unique style, and like your passion really shines through in a lot of your projects, especially with like, not only are you making like really well made, like by release episodes, like the music that you do as well, which I also really want to talk about. Is like incredibly good. Like my buddies actually, who are a couple of these goblin guys here, they actually introduced me to a lot of the music that you made. All right, well, a guy that's making like RuneScape music, I've heard people make RuneScape music in the past. I kind of know what I'm getting into. But like now with your shit, dude, like it's legit good shit.
Yeah.
Like what is your background for that? Like is this like literally you just fucking around with like Pro Tools and like that's the result? Like how did you make some of the stuff that wait, really? You fucking kidding me, dude?
I have no fucking idea what I'm doing, dude. Wow. I have no clue what I'm doing. I cannot read music. Dude, I have no idea about music. Like I took one music theory class in freshman year of high school and I forgot everything. I can't read sheet music. I don't know about chord progression. None of that shit, dude. I know nothing. I remember there was one, I think it was like episode 7 of By Release, and it was like one of the first times where I wanted to like show me getting levels like in a row, and I had to get like 25 fire making levels or something. So I made it was while I was on a winter break, and I was at home, and I went into, I don't even know what I was using. I might have been using like Cubase or something at the time, like a free trial for it. And I found like a dumb YouTube royalty free beat and just said like, I'm gonna swing some fires, man. And I was just like, I'm a fireman. Like it was the dumbest thing ever. Like I thought it would just be like some silly little thing. And people loved it. And I was like, what the fuck? They're like, I thought that was a Gorillaz song. I was like, are you guys stupid? No way. Like, that does not resemble the Gorillaz at all. The Gorillaz that you listen to and I've listened to are very different. If you think I sounded like the Gorillaz, that was not it.
You mean actual gorillas, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, after that, I was just like, fuck it. I'm just going to have fun with it and just keep doing it. And then it eventually turned into... I had never done like a strict, I'm just gonna like rap. Like I always wanted to do something different every time. And I made the one song Ghost in the City, and it was just me doing a really dumb voice, like Ghost in the City, like just some bullshit like that. And people actually were like, this is better than most music I listen to. And I was like, what? And that thing blew up on SoundCloud, right? Like it just went crazy. And after I made that, people like started just demanding I put it on, Spotify and Apple Music and everything. So I was like, okay. So I started putting it there. And then since that did so well, I tried to start getting a feel for what the vibe was for that Ghost in the City song and like try to replicate it a little more. And then obviously like after that, I had actually gotten introduced to a guy. His name is Tal, and he goes by the artist name of Echoes, Echos, and he's an EDM dude, and he plays RuneScape. And Framed actually introduced me to him, and we became friends. And I was like, "Hey, have you heard the dumb things I do?" And he's like, "No, show me." I was like, "Okay, here." And so he's like laughing and stuff. He's like, "Oh, dude, that's awesome." I was like, "If you ever want me to like mix and master some stuff, just send it my way, dude." I love doing that. I was like, okay. And so
holy fuck.
Yes, please.
The first thing I had ever sent, I believe, it was the One Small Favor song I did, which was just a 4-minute song, no hook, no chorus, just me rapping through the entire quest of One Small Favor. And it was just like a kind of just like a silly beat, me just like rapping normally. And he took that and turned it into like the craziest thing I've ever heard. It literally, he turned it into like 2 separate songs. Like there's a point in there where it transitions when I'm going to like the dwarf under in the mining area, and I'm like, "Yo, Spike." And then he just transitions into like a metal guitar, like taking over the entire beat, like just going crazy, and it sounds perfect. And he's got this distortion and EQ on my voice that makes it sound like I was in a studio right next to a fucking Snoop Dogg or something. Like it's awesome. It's amazing. So I was like, oh, so I'm going to send you literally everything I ever do ever again. Thank you. That's awesome. That you just did that for free. And so
like I'm fine with it. Like he just does it.
Yes. Because this dude, I mean, he's huge. He went like, I don't know what the term is, like double gold or something like that on a song. I mean, he's in the industry. Okay. Like he's in as an artist. He works with producers that are working with Kanye every other day and shit. Like he's in. Like he knows these big names. So the fact that he's working with me and making these dumb things with me, he's like, "You don't understand. You're amazing to work with because you trust me and you know you trust my ability as a musician and let me take the reins on things that I know." And I'm like, well, yeah, I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. That's yes, do more. And so, So every time after that, he still did it. And the one that really set it off was the Sandy Confession song. And that one, I didn't realize was going to be as big as it is. I mean, that I don't even know. I'll try to open Spotify. The app is like takes 10 minutes to open on desktop, but I'll see the number that it's at now, but it's over 150,000 streams on Spotify.
Wow.
And it just took off.
That one too. That was the first one I heard, I think. And I was like, this is fucking good.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And that one kind of went crazy. That one is actually a funny story. I have shown, I think, 2 people the original chorus for that, because I think that's what truly made the song, is like the dig up all the sand, like that whole part of it. That was so off key in the original thing that he had fixed. It would not have done numbers if he had not fixed that, because I owe that entire song to him because he made it sound so good. But yeah, after that, I loved doing like the choruses and trying to like learn what harmony is and actually look into chord progression and stuff like that. And it's so hard. That music is so hard to self-learn. It's insane. You need like a mentor or something. Oh yeah. Because unless you're truly gifted. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean, whatever you got to do to just make it interesting for yourself. I mean, you don't want to make it like a fucking grueling chore to make a song every time. I mean, if it's fun, just like fit some rhymes, sounds fun to you, like just fucking do it that way.
Right.
To change that. Who do you cite as like musical influences? Like, who do you like to listen to?
I think probably the number one guy that I've listened to. I've listened to like every song over and over dozens of times. Probably Frank Ocean. Probably number one dude.
Nice.
He's incredible with like just the way he does, experimental stuff alongside like an R&B hip hop vibe. Like he's got his own sound, which is cool. There's a dude, Rex Orange County. He does really cool like harmony type stuff a lot. So that's where I kind of look towards with that stuff. And I guess with when it comes to like the hip hop side of things, I don't know, I feel like I'm very generic, like very basic answers when it comes to that stuff with like the J. Cole and the Kendrick stuff, because I have been listening to both of them since 2011 and stuff. So I've just always listened to them, and yeah,
for sure.
And then there's also I have my mix of like 90s artists too, of like 90s hip hop artists, and just like the old school stuff of you go through the classics of like NWA and Ice Cube solo stuff, and I went through like a huge Biggie Smalls phase. So I was just, I'd always listen to all sorts of stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I'm all over the place with music. I guess I draw inspiration from whatever I'm listening to the week before, because it changes so often.
Yeah, I totally understand that. I also wanted to ask that question. Sorry, one more question, and I'll kick it to you, Jason. But
that's fine.
I know I think
I was kicking back in relaxing. Just go for it.
All right, no, good shit. I think I heard you cite Tim and Eric as influences for video shit, or maybe I totally misheard you. What kind of shit do you cite for like comedy or like video making stuff? I think you mentioned that like you like this guy that did like the Tarkov, like Mike Standing kind of shit. But like when it comes to like other media, like TV, movies, like is there anything that like you really like? Like I feel like when I watch your kind of stuff, like you have like a very similar sense of humor to like like you said, like Tim and Eric or like Eric Andre kind of shit.
Yeah, there's a few things. Funny enough, I've only seen on cinema at the cinema when it comes to like Tim and Eric stuff. I haven't actually seen more than that's like as far as I've gone with that. But
like when I watch your kind of stuff, like you have like a very similar sense of humor to like like you said, like Tim and Eric or like Eric Andre kind of shit.
Yeah, there's a few things. Funny enough, I've only seen that. But when it comes to influences, I guess I don't draw a lot from like the TV or movie industry, really, just because it's so different than what I do, and there's not a lot I can really look to for inspiration. So I do end up going to YouTube and having these guys there that I'll look up to. Two in particular. There's a guy named Bed Banana, and he.
Oh yeah, that guy's great.
Do you know his stuff?
Yeah. I was recently watching his Red Dead shit.
Yeah, that's like the most recent one that he did, which really took off. I was really happy about it. But I had been watching him since I think 2016, 2017. I'd found him and that whole crew that he plays with, and I have looked up to Bed's way of presenting a story and narrative since then, and I've always tried to replicate what he does and how he, takes his time with every little thing. And he made a video. Let me see which title it was. It was he does this Hitman series, the Hitman 2 series. The recent one he did was Hitman 2: The Rise of Agent 47. I think that is one of the best videos ever posted to the YouTube platform. I think it is
all right.
So it is so well done. I felt so lucky to have actually talked to him about like the behind the scenes of this. He had over 1,000 game crashes in the making of that video because of all of the custom made mods. He had people go in and code. He had this for the Red Dead modded video and the Hitman 2 video. He had people custom code things that he wanted for like a few shots. like just to have
I
things
saw that. I couldn't
possible.
believe it.
Yeah,
It's like how do you get that shit?
yeah.
Like that fidelity
So
of content. That's insane.
right, and so just I mean the whole Hitman 2 thing. You listen, you watch it, and he's got sound bites from different portions of the games that are just inserted to fit, but they're not actually happening. They're he went in and he knew where those sound bits happened, and he put it in to follow a narrative, and just every little piece of detail that he could. And he has no commentary. He does not speak once. It's all gameplay, and it's the funniest, most action-packed, beautifully, aesthetically pleasing thing ever. It is so good. I cannot give that video enough praise. It's amazing, and I've told him this. He's probably annoyed at me for bringing it up all the time, just because when I first started, playing with him and his crew of people, I would just be like starstruck sometimes. Just talking to him and stuff. But Bed Banana is definitely one of the best creators on the platform for sure. It's incredible that he doesn't have 1 million subscribers by now. I don't understand it. It's just, but that's just the way YouTube's built, I guess.
A lot of luck involved.
Yeah, another guy is Charborg. If you've ever seen him, he does a lot of stuff with Bed and that crew, but Charborg makes really good, the narrative, wacky, dry humor type style. And he is like, I made my first ever non-RuneScape video with Charborg, and
oh nice,
he just carried it. Like he was so funny, and it's all like live, because we were doing like a role play where we inserted ourselves inside of Escape from Tarkov. And we role played as park rangers, like trying to keep the forest safe. And then, there's like Russians around with like AKs and trying to kill everybody. We're dying a bunch of times. So his ability to just the wit on him and how quick he is with everything. I don't know why I can't think of improv. The whole his ability to improv is insane. On the fly. So I look up to him like crazy. And recently we've been playing Valheim, if you guys have heard of that blowing up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the new big thing on Twitch.
Oh my God. It's incredible. It's like one of the best games I've ever played. It's so good.
I'll have to try.
It's amazing. And I've been playing with him and Nine Rain on there. And oh my God, it is so funny. Just the things that he does. Like we hopped into a server and he was like, I think I'm going to make my name Turtle. And we're like, okay. He's like, yeah, I want people to think I'm like, really brittle, old and slow. And we're like, yeah, it's funny. And so then out of nowhere, like we're getting started and stuff. And then out of nowhere, it says like Goth Daddy has joined the server. And you just hear him out of nowhere go, I made a typo. And we're like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, what? I was like, what was it supposed to say? He's like, it was supposed to be turtle, like I was talking about earlier. Just accidentally made it Goth Daddy. And so he just comes in as Goth Daddy, and he's got like the side comb over black hair. Like, and he's like, I'm just gonna go over there. It's like, I'm really sad about this. I'm gonna be over by the water writing poetry. Like, dude, it was so good. Like just little things like that he just comes up with like out of nowhere. It's so funny.
Oh wow,
so good.
Yeah. So I mean, stuff like that. I guess I look up to in different ways from different people. I kind of take in things that I really enjoy and find my own twist to put on it, or motivation to get better at something like improv or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, the by release series has definitely given me opportunities to try out different writing styles and production techniques and all that I've definitely used the influence of these guys to look up to and incorporate into my stuff somehow.
Well, I have to ask you, so you've got so many different avenues of ways to make content for whatever. I mean, you're a musical genius, you're a commentary genius, you've got the whole by release series. So if if you had your way and wanted to like do one thing, what do you enjoy the most? What if you could get like 1 million subs or millions of subs doing like one kind of content? What is your favorite?
A kind I haven't even put out yet.
Oh,
I think the first of its kind. I haven't even announced this. This will be an exclusive announcement right here on the
BS
podcast.
podcast. All right.
No, but it's I'm making a Valheim video, and that's going to be my next non-RuneScape video. And I think the style of it that I've been able to capture through that game is definitely different than any of the other non-RuneScape videos I've done. Because like the CS:GO videos were really fun to do, and it was a lot of fun to put in hundreds of hours of gameplay to make those videos happen. But it was really hard to come up with a concept for either one of those. But with Valheim, it's so unique and interesting, and it's just like one of these sporadic pave your own path stories where the story kind of writes itself as you're playing with people. And I think just the way that I've put it together and how seamlessly I was able to come up with like a narrative and a timeline for things was so nice. It's been amazing. If I could do a video like that of just having all this gameplay, having a plan, like a loose plan, I guess, and putting it all together with a good group of friends and having a great time, I would totally do that every single time, which I'm hoping this video kind of does push more into that direction with what I do. But that is a very hard question to answer, like which one I would do, because I do enjoy each format in their own way. Mm-hmm. I mean, if I had to choose to give up buy release to be able to like stick to one format and shoot to 1 million subs, I would not give it up to do that, because I enjoy buy release and all the different things it lets me do so much. And if you burn out, that's fucked. It sucks so bad. So that's why I'm happy that I have this audience that allows me to, experiment with different formats and try out different things. It's really cool.
That's great to have. I wish that was kind of the one thing I have, because as soon as I moved away from RuneScape, then I would get all kinds of like, why are we want RuneScape content. What are you doing? And it's impossible to switch it up. And it's like you get kind of stuck in a rut. Like you have to do this, and if you move on from something else, then everybody just gets mad. So it's great that you're able to diversify like that, and everyone's just like, this is great stuff, Jimmy, good job, keep it up. But
it's really cool.
So you had mentioned CS:GO. I need to play you on CS:GO. I'm probably terrible now. I used to actually play that competitively like years and years ago. Actually, it was
what rank were you fucking what was it, legendary elite? What's the top rank?
No, not that's League of Legends, isn't it? I don't know. I used to play Counter-Strike Source, so it wasn't CS:GO. So I don't. They got the ranking stuff there, don't they? I haven't played that one as much. But I played the original Counter-Strike, and this is like some of the first like league type, like where they had the competition stuff. This is before it was like really popular like it is now, where they have a television channel for it and everything like that. But I started to get into that. I wasn't actually I was kind of on the JV team, if you want to call it that. But I was.
Wait, I didn't know this. What?
All this stuff.
Jason, can you get a bunch of your JV CS 1.6 friends together, and then get like Jimmy and his like CS friends together, and you guys should play each other? Like, who's a dominant generation?
I haven't talked to anybody in that stuff for like years and years, and I probably
okay, but like
now,
CS 1.6 is like way harder than CS:GO.
Is it really? Really? The guys
it looks uglier.
The guys that could play that game were just incredible, because they could see like shadows and hear things, like know when they were gonna pop up from behind a corner and like hit a headshot before you even like appeared. It was just crazy how good they were. But
that's called an aimbot, dog.
No, it was because I've seen these guys like actually play, and they're just good. But anyway, so I'm just curious, what other games are you into? You said you're getting into Valheim now. You played CS:GO. What other kind of things are you playing, or are you looking to get into?
That's a tough one. Because I change the games I play so often.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know. I think I go through RuneScape is like the only one that just kind of stays in the background at all times, and I can like give it attention whenever I feel it needs attention and grind it when I need to grind it. And then everything else just kind of comes in like little blocks of playtime. And I think CSGO is definitely another one that's kind of inserted itself in the background with RuneScape. Except if you take too long of a break from CSGO, you kind of forget how to shoot the gun.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of tough to take a break from that one.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I've just always looked for different things to play, just for like leisure, I guess. I kind of made it a routine to, work throughout the day, get my stuff done, and then, play whatever I want after I get done what I need to. I think recently Astroneer was really fun. I put that's a
fun game. Yeah.
That's a really fun game. A lot of there's like all the survival craft games recently, like Valheim is considered a survival craft game, but there's a lot more in-depth stuff to it. But survival craft stuff, like there's a game called Grounded, Raft was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and my lady beat the entire thing together. It was awesome. It was like the coolest game ever. Like we wanted more. We were pissed off when it ended because it needs more parts to it, but they just released this, add-on. But
they've been adding to that one as you go. So you'll beat it, and then like a couple months later, they've released a new section. So you've got to go back in and remember how to play the game and then beat it again. But
right.
And then repeat every couple of months.
Recently, I went through a little phase of like the whole, the roller coaster tycoon stuff, like the park attacks.
You have good taste in games, yeah.
I try everything, man. Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlord. That was like the new one that came out. Or is that the one? Is that the new one? Yeah. Mountain Blade.
How is that?
It's okay. I mean, it's your typical Steam game that launches way earlier than it should before people, test it enough. But I think that's one of those games that the devs are like, all right, let's do like 50%, and then the modders can like patch it up and do whatever they want to it. And that's how they've always operated.
Literally, that's what it is.
Yeah. And I think earlier last year, I went through like a big single player, long story mode game type thing, where I was playing all through Red Dead 2. That was amazing. Going through the new Assassin's Creed games are really, really cool. I had played like the original ones, like Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, the Brotherhood back in the day, and then I stopped playing when it got repetitive. And then I didn't realize that at the start of like Assassin's Creed Origins, they completely reshaped what the games are and how they play. And I tried out Odyssey, which is like not the recent one, but the one before that. And I was so hooked. I had not been hooked to a game like that in years. And I couldn't stop playing it. And I beat the story all the way through. And there's like 3 different storylines to go through and beat. Yeah. And I had to like stop playing so I could focus on content because I could not stop playing.
It's been 3 months since the video. What happened?
Yeah, that's really honestly what happened. Stardew Valley is amazing.
Oh, I haven't tried that one. That seems like it's a popular one on Twitch now too.
Oh my god, Stardew Valley is just one of those things where you just you lose yourself in the little world because it's so like peaceful and like you feel like you're getting that little sprinkle of grind to like keep you in it, and then there's also like this is relaxing. I don't ever want to stop doing this. So it's such a good game.
Have you played the Mass Effect games at all?
I haven't, no. Oh. I have always seen them and heard about them. I never played Mass Effect.
Yeah,
you want a long fucking story mode game to sink your teeth into. That's the one.
Yeah.
They're releasing it. They're remastering it, I think, in the next 6 months. So you can play all three of them in 2020 level gameplay rather than 2006 was when the first one came out. So it should be a lot better if you wait for that one. But
cool.
That's Colonized Gem. So when we bring you on next time, we can talk about that and why you haven't had a video in 5 months.
Yeah. What happened? You guys know exactly what happened.
You blame Kyle and Jason for that one.
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to turn my fan on because I'm sweating bullets. It's hot in here.
Sure.
Hold
You
on.
just open a window.
God.
Isn't it like 30 degrees outside?
Is he in Kansas or Texas? No, I'm
He's
curious.
in Texas, I think.
University
Or maybe
of Kansas?
he's in that area. I'm not going to dox him.
The thing is that my where I work, the corporate headquarters is in Kansas, and like a lot of people were actually like without power there too.
Oh, really?
And I was
So
like,
it's just as bad
it's
there.
not just as bad there, which I would have thought they would have been better equipped for it, but I think I'm kind of surprised, honestly.
Oh, he's dropped off the call. Apparently he's downloaded Mass Effect. Well,
Yeah, here I go.
oh, there he is. Okay. He's back. Thought we lost you for a second there.
No. Yeah, the power and stuff has been crazy. I mean, I haven't left the apartment in so long. We've not been able to go anywhere because the roads, there's like a hill to get out of our complex and it's been icy.
It's like an
So
ice
we
rink.
have not been able to do anything. I actually
Oh, no.
have been refreshing like the local like grocery store to try and get like a delivery time, and there's just no delivery times because everyone else is trying to do it because it's like the first day where roads are actually like usable.
Oh, man.
So it's like we can't get groceries. We're trying to get groceries right now.
You guys are out there like shooting deer with bow and arrow, trying to get deer
Yeah,
on the
seriously. I'm about to.
All
I've
those
been watching.
early access. Yeah, early access crafting survival games finally coming in handy now.
I know.
table. You gotta get that
Been-
hunting level up.
Binge watching Naked and Afraid. So getting ready.
But not to dox you, are you in Texas?
Yeah, I'm in Texas.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I figured, but like we were just talking about how other states were also like we were talking about how Kansas was affected, and now you mentioned that you've gone to university there.
Yeah. Just moved from Kansas to Texas, and it was just like, oh, so either way, I would have, had a great time.
Would have been, yeah. It's better now though. Is everything mostly okay except for the roads?
Yeah, I mean it's getting back to normal. So
That's good. People
I'd
are
say like
outside
another
killing each other
another
for food.
couple days before things start. I think this next week is going to be kind of chaotic because everything was shut down in Texas. Like everyone was scrambling, trying to figure out how to like operate normal, leaving or getting to where they need to go, and they can't because the roads are frozen. So I think the next week they're going to be like, all right, how do we fix all this shit that completely got destroyed in the meantime?
Well, I imagine everything in the grocery stores is going to go off the shelves too.
Yeah.
Good luck getting toilet paper. If you need some, I'll send me your address. I can mail you a package.
Thank you. Well, one of our buddies, he's in like downtown. I don't know about downtown Austin, somewhere near downtown Austin, and it was like really bad in some areas down there. So he didn't go grocery shopping before this whole thing happened.
Oh no!
And like no one really expected this to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So no one was really prepared for it, and he had like no food and could not leave, and the only thing that he could do was pay like a crazy amount. There's people like riding around in fucking like snowmobiles or something, doing like Uber Eats, delivering to people. I don't know what they were doing, but that was his only choice. So he had to pay like he got Chipotle, and he paid a $50 safety fee, a $50 driver fee.
That's like extortion.
And then he paid like a $50 tip to the dude for like risking his life to bring him food because he literally was starving to death at his house. Like,
$150 Chipotle bill for a burrito.
Yeah, he was like he couldn't get anything, so paid like $150 for Chipotle.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
That's why I would have ordered like at least a week's supply of burritos if I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I think he did. I think that probably did happen.
Smart guy.
Yeah.
So I know we're kind of changing the subject here. I actually want to go back to the RuneScape type stuff. I know you've won a bunch of gold gnomes, and you got one. What's this last one you got? Was like best content creator or something like that, or?
Yeah, I won a gold gnome last year for best new creator, and I got to receive that in person at Roon Fest, which was really cool.
Awesome.
And then this year was very unexpected. I did not think I was going to win either of those things because I didn't know one of them even existed. Once the music thing happened, I figured, okay, I might win that one because I don't know anyone else who's really doing the whole music thing. So I was like, okay, that's kind of weird that they did that golden gnome, but fine, well, cool, whatever. That's awesome. It'll inspire more people to make music, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the best creator, I did not expect to win.
That's awesome.
I was up there with Soup, who I had been watching for the longest time, like, and you know, he's a good friend of mine now, and C Engineer, who like changed the entire game of YouTube and how people's series run with the whole hardcore Iron Man PvP world, like absolute psycho shit. I mean, he's crazy. And then, you know, Lincoln Rarg, they have like their series with like they've got both of their audience together for, you know, their series that they do. So I didn't have very high hopes for that one, and did not expect to hear my name called for that, which was super cool. But you know, I know there was a lot of people like, what? How did C Engineer and Soup not get it? Which I was also with them on the sidelines. How did they not get it? You know, but you know, I don't have control over it. So you know, I was thankful for it, and it was cool.
Yeah, we're hoping they come out with a new old school RuneScapers that are now doing podcast award for this year, because that's probably our only chance of getting something. But
yeah, you guys are up for it already.
Oh, good.
Oh, come on, Jason. Jason's the only one here that doesn't have a gnome, though. I don't care.
I'm gnomeless. Yeah. I need
gnomeless.
I'm gnomeless. I'm of the gnomeless, so I'm just like an ordinary guy. Everybody in my stream is on the same level of video making as me because they've got the same number of gnomes. But you mentioned Roon Fest. We've had a couple people on and they talked about their experience from Roon Fest. How was that for you? Did they fly you out for both of them, or I'm sorry, did you just go to one or?
Yeah, I went to the one. They didn't fly me out or anything.
Oh, okay.
They gave me the ticket. They paid for like the actual entry ticket, so I had to like pay to get in.
But you had to pay to fly out there.
But I had to pay to fly out there and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm assuming if they have one this upcoming year, they will fly me out. And if they don't, I'm not going because I'm not. Listen, fuckers.
Yeah.
Hope you're listening, Jagex. Take notes.
Yeah. No, I was gonna, I guess, touch on it beforehand with Jagex and stuff, because I mean they've been awesome. I always joke with them, like I like to ironically poke fun at them because I think old school RuneScape nowadays has like one of the most entitled asshole player bases ever. Just because everybody, you know, we've got this poll system and they're like 75%, you know, like the players decide, it's all you guys. So then, you know, of course the players are fucking dividing amongst each other and fighting and arguing and like complaining to J-mods that they didn't get what they wanted. And it's just like, holy shit, you guys suck.
Never making happy.
So like, I like to poke fun at them of just, you know, complaining about things that aren't important and, you know, giving them shit on top of the shit they're already getting. But in reality, they're actually really great to work with. They not only did they approach us for the Trailblazer song that we did, if you saw that, they
did. I wanted to ask about that.
Yeah. They also approached me to do like a promotional video for the Mahogany homes. It was like a construction update, which was super fun to do because they really liked the whole green screen format I was doing. And they were like, hey, we got this new update that's going to be coming out. Would you be down to do like, you know, one of these to touch on your, like your evolution of construction video, since you did it like that, like, since this is an update, would you be interested in it? And I was like, yes. And then I got to bargain with them for the next week to set on a price that wasn't complete shit. So they,
oh, wow. Wait, they actually paid you. Great.
Wow. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I didn't think. Yeah. Wow. That things have obviously changed.
Yeah.
Then.
Things have evolved.
Yeah. We talked to. What did you guys ever? Were you guys in the still in the game and stuff when Sorect was here and doing his stuff?
No, but I know of Sorek doing like I think he's the one that got the whole 2003 I'm sorry, 2000. God, I can't think. 2007 RuneScape going because he had the petition and everything.
Right. He like really pushed for it. Yeah, he did. He told the story on our podcast of him, you know, getting the job and then like a week later getting fired because someone leaked a conversation that he had. We during that podcast we talked all about the era of RuneScape where you know, if RuneScape had like an update and they wanted content creators to make something about it, they like slipped it under the table. It's just don't tell anybody, but make a little video about this update coming out, and you know, slipping them like $1,000 or something. And it's because like,
what?
You know, if people were, you know, if people
I made videos at the wrong time apparently.
Audience on YouTube was so different for mostly because people were just like kids or I don't know what the deal was, but just the whole concept of like, if they have a paid in video advertisement, they're a sellout. They're stupid. What? They're not grateful enough for ad revenue. And it's like, dude, you're fucking going to school. You have no idea what the real world is. You do,
People need money.
You watch a 22-minute television show and get 8 minutes of ads. What are you fucking talking about? Like, no one knew what was going on. So it's amazing that we're at this time where people are actually like logical for the first time of letting content creators take ads from companies. Like I would not be able to make by release or do anything that I'm doing full time. I'd be working at fucking Target down the street if I didn't have, you know, Squarespace, NordVPN and G Fuel, stuff like that, like approaching me and saying, you know, hey, would you mind working with us? No, I don't mind. Thank you. And I get to do this as a career. People couldn't do that. They weren't allowed for some reason back in the day because audience members were like, you're a sellout. Like it didn't make sense. So yeah, Jagex, they also had to learn the hard way this year that like companies are now paying properly with, you know, algorithms of like CPM and RPM and all that. Like, you know, they have to actually pay as a company would if they want a creator to
no more free
incorporate something in. Granted, they are the game that we make videos on, so we won't be like, no, push harder, give us more.
Let me copyright strike you.
Yeah, exactly. But it is very cool that they are starting to budget to work with creators and help them out and support them as creators who, you know, every creator that's making videos on RuneScape is essentially free marketing for them. So it's cool that they are actually realizing that and budgeting towards getting creators taken care of and, you know, helping them out. It's really cool to see how the community has evolved and grown in the last 2-3 years and working with Jagex. It's cool. Yeah.
It's in my time that the only thing they would do is like fly you out for Roon Fest, and that was pretty much it. And then Kyle can attest, like they had the video maker chat. It was more or less just like make a video for us, and it was like hardly even like a please. They just expected you to make videos for them, and they didn't realize like, we're promoting the game for you. You should probably be treating us a little nicer because we're basically free advertising for you. But
it was different.
So how much are you working with Jagex right now? I know you've done a few kind of promotional videos for them. Are you in contact with them all the time, or are you talking?
No, I was just that little spur of the moment, I guess, like the Trailblazer video, and then the advertisement was the only time I'd worked with them. I'm assuming whenever they have like updates and stuff, they'll reach out to creators, and you know, if they reach out to me, that's cool. I'm definitely always down to help out the game and grow the community, and you know, whatever they're thinking, as long as they give me money. That's
pay me.
Yes. As long as I'm not. I did say to them though, there is one thing I told them I would do for free, and that is to rewrite the Ratcatcher's quest. I will abide. I will abide to it. I told them in the video, I made a video. It's got a ton of views. It's there. It's permanent. I told them if they want me to rewrite the Ratcatcher's quest, I will do it for free. I will 100% do it for free if they put it in the game.
Jagex, it's on the table.
They know. They literally talked about it in a Q&A. Yeah.
Really?
They did acknowledge it.
They're considering it. Yeah, they're trying to figure out where it fits in their list of business priorities.
They're budgeting for that right now.
Yeah, they don't have to budget. They don't have to budget for it. I mean, they have to budget the coding. I'm not doing the coding for it. I don't know what I'm doing there, but I'll write it. Jesus. Yeah, it's a bad close. Yeah.
So I absolutely loved your video that you did for the league's promotion. What was that? Because the video turned out really fucking good. Like the song was really good. Like someone did they obviously did some kind of like mocap animation for that shit. Like who was that? Jagex that did a lot of that shit?
Yeah, the video, wow, all visuals. Right. That's all Jagex, man. We just did the song. That was all us, really? Which was hard. That was a hard song to do. Because that was the most, I guess, music industry-ish I got, because it was me, Nine Rain, and Tal all working together, and we had complete free reign over the music stuff until we got into more drafts because they were like, what about a hook? You want to do a hook? And we're like, the song's in one of its final draft phases. Can you not request a hook about a week before it's due?
God,
so we said no.
Sounds like Jagex,
yeah. We said no. We're not doing a hook. No hook. Yeah. Sorry. So yeah, that was crazy. But oh my God, it's such a it's still frustrating to this day because, all right. You're making a song. Let me put you two in this scenario, right? You're making a song together. Picture this. You're both being ambitious. You have this big song that's going to release. What is like the first thing you figure out what to do with a song? Like let's say you finish the product, you have the song. What's the first thing you figure out what to do with that song?
To do with it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not. Upload it?
Upload it.
Okay.
Upload it. Upload it. Upload it where? Right. Where do you want to upload this song? Where do people listen to songs?
Spotify.
Mediafire.
Spotify, Apple Music, fucking anything. They did not do that one. They did not. That song does not exist anywhere except for that video on YouTube.
Oh no.
Still to this day.
Why?
Do they own the rights
to that now or what? Yeah. Why can't you
they own the rights to the song. We signed the contract. They own everything.
Oh no.
Someone had to have that job. Someone had to have spoken up, be like, what if people want to listen to this on Spotify?
Sit down, Johnson. We didn't ask you.
It's like, shut up. Who's working on the visuals? Oh my God. I'm still appalled because I get people asking me all the time, like, when's Trailblazer song going on Spotify? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't know who's...
Send an email to Jagex and ask them.
Yeah. It's not my thing. I don't know. Hope your contract didn't include an NDA. I mean, if it did, I mean, there's nothing talked about that, was in there.
If he did, there's only like going to be 20 people listening to this podcast. It's fine.
You'll be perfectly fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no.
NDAs don't apply here.
Like, at least 50 people know about it.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, but it was fun to do because it was like such an unorthodox way to like produce a song because me and Nine Rain were like crying to ourselves trying to figure out how we're going to make an instrumental or do anything like this. So because at the time Tal, who I normally work with, was working on a real life album and like had things to do, and literally right before we got like super desperate and started like hitting up random people to help us with it, he messaged us back like 5 minutes before we got off. So it was like, oh my God, thank God. And we gave him the whole rundown and then he got involved and it turned into like, he saved the whole thing. And we worked on it for like 2 months of just going back and forth and rewriting stuff and learning about what Trailblazer was before. That was an NDA we had, is we couldn't say anything about Trailblazer before it was announced. Yeah. That was something that we couldn't break. But it turned out so cool and people loved it and it got such good feedback, and it was running as ads on YouTube. So like people were seeing it before watching other videos, and they were able to click on it and get directed to the video, and it was so cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It was awesome.
So
I mean, to answer the NDA question from the chat, I don't think that there's any issues with talking about the process. I don't think that's included in NDA. I think, like you said, it has to do with not spoiling anything that was about to be released, which it already happened. So
Kyle has lawyers in his chat, so they know.
Look, Gamma Man's been on the
case. So I was gonna say, I do want to wrap up our podcast. Has been about an hour. Although, man, this has been like the best interview that we've had for a long time.
I lost track of time.
This could go for 3 hours. My wife will be like axing down the door and, dude, why are you still on the computer? But normally we go for about an hour. We wrap it up and then just kind of hang out and play in the game for another hour. A lot less formalized. Not that this is totally formal anyway, but I got to cut. I don't want to make a 2-hour YouTube video cut either, but
yeah, we've already been going for like an hour and 20. We usually go until 2, so it's like another 30 minutes. You're welcome to stay with us, but if not, totally fine. We'll just be streaming until then. But that will probably conclude the Spotify episode right about here. I gotta say, this was a fantastic episode.
Yes.
It was an absolute pleasure talking to you, Jimmy. You've been full of wonderful stories, and it was really exciting just to like talk about you, know a little bit about your background. And I wish you the best in terms of your series, your YouTube channel, and I hope that you can make it a career for as long as possible.
Yeah, and thank you so much for showing up. We really appreciate it. Like I said, this has probably been the easiest interview we've had in the interviews that we've had this year. I do want to mention next week we got Matt K. I think that's right. He's a retired JMod. He's going to come in and give some stories, hopefully some nice juicy stories about his time.
Leak the secrets.
Exactly.
What are the launch codes?
So we got that to look forward to, and thanks for listening to us, guys.